As always, a lot going on. Tonight on Feedback, we're going to be talking tonight about the Clarion County Board of Assistants and Special Olympics Clarion County. It's all tonight on Feedback. Good evening and welcome to Feedback. I'm Mark Despotakis. As I said, coming up on tonight's show, we're going to be talking about the Clarion County Board of Assistants. That's coming up in just a few minutes. And also a little bit later in the show, we're going to be talking about Special Olympics Clarion County and some of the events they have coming up in the next month or so. But first, as per my usual, I'm going to rant and rave about something that you have been ranting and raving about, the general public, for a while, gas prices. But I'm going to use a little bit of a lead-in to do this. We're going to go to the tape. Actually, we haven't done this in a while. It's been a while since we've actually aired something, and the reason we don't do it, you can see I'm wearing jeans, too. But we're going to show you a story from Amy Ujadowski of TV5 News that aired last week about what some residents of Clarion are saying about the rising gas prices. Let's take a look at this.
This increase affects the local businesses, the community, as well as the university students. Residents who I spoke with today feel like the high prices are ludicrous.
I think it's unbelievable how high the prices have actually jumped up. I mean, look at now, it's $1.53. I mean, we're not real rich around here, so, you know, it's going to college and everything. I mean, I live pretty far away from campus, and I really need to drive up, and it's really starting to hurt on my pocketbook.
Bargain hunters beware. Clarion's gas prices are equally as high as the national prices.
Well, it's a plus. I mean, I'd probably do less running around than I'd have to, I think.
Price increase may not be over yet. Prices are expected to rise to $2 per gallon for the lowest grade. In Clarion, I'm Amy Ujadowski, TV5 News.
All right, stop it there. Okay. So, what we've seen here is that residents, talking about the gas prices. Well, read a couple stories about this over the last few weeks. First of all, weeks ago, in the business section, it wasn't on the front page, it was on the front page of the business section. Then it was buried even like in a small corner, and then the real meat of the story was actually after the jump. But they were talking about how even though in the United States, if we're paying $1.50, that's what they were talking about in the story, $1.50 for gas, across the rest of the world, they're not paying $1.50. They love it that much because they're paying so much for gas where they're at, and it's like $2.40, and they're fine with that. They would love $1.50 because $2.40 is something pretty normal for them. And then I thought, we're not that bad. I'm not really going to complain about it. I understand it's higher than we're used to, but maybe let's look in perspective. Also, on the Sunday morning Yap Fest, I was watching, must have been this week, with Sam and Koki, or whatever they're calling it these days, and George Will was on there, and I don't always find myself in agreement with him, but he made an interesting point. He said, who's complaining about these gas prices? Is people driving down the street in their SUVs. And you saw in this story, there was all these people in their SUVs driving around. Those people driving in their SUVs, which have the higher, it costs more for gas, drinking, talking on their cell phone. There's money they're wasting that they could just wait to make the call. And then drinking their bottled water. Do you realize that the bottled water probably costs more a gallon than gas does? And you're complaining about the gas prices where you have like tap water at home, you can just take in a cup and, anyway. So I just couldn't, I thought that was a great point by George Will, actually. But I thought it was just very strange that we're all about this when, if you think about it, you got to look in perspective. Look around the world. They're paying $2.40 for gas in some places. And paying $50. Just look at everything else that you're getting. The economy's been pretty good, so you're getting your fair share. I think we can live through this. It won't be that bad. That's all I have for that. What we're going to do is take a break, and when we come back, we're going to be speaking about the Clarion County Board of Assistants after this on Feedback.
a.m. until 5 p.m. and Saturdays from 8 a.m. until 2 p.m. That's the Clarion Agway, located at 1130 East Main Street in Clarion. Phone 226-9270.
I hang out with a pretty trashy circle, the circle that helps this circle. It starts when we recycle trash at home. It's completed when we buy products made from recycled materials. Check the label for something called post-consumer recycled content. Then buy the highest percentage of it you can complete the circle.
Call 1-800-CALL-EDF for your free Buy Recycle shopping guide. 1-800-CALL-EDF.
How would you like to give hope to millions of the world's children? UNICEF, the United Nations Children's Fund, is saving lives in over 140 countries by providing kids with medicine, clean water, nutrition, and education. With your help, UNICEF can make a huge difference in our world. For more information, call 1-800-FOR-KIDS. Thank you.
Welcome back to Feedback. I'm Mark Despotakis. In this segment, we're talking about the County Board of Assistants, and Larry Kluken from the Clarion County Board of Assistants joining us. Thanks for joining us tonight.
Thanks for having me.
What's your position there, actually? What do you do?
What do I do? I'm the executive director of the office.
Okay, so this is a county agency?
No, it is not.
Oh, it isn't?
No. The Clarion County Board of Assistants is one of the welfare offices that there are one in each county in the state. Although it's called the Clarion County Board of Assistants, it's actually an arm of the Pennsylvania Department of Public Welfare. And we're chartered by law to have an office in every county in the state, and this is Clarion County's office.
So let's give us an overview of what you're actually doing at your office. What services are you providing?
Services we provide are comprehensive. When most people hear of the term safety net, that's exactly what we are. We're also called what you might call the agency of last resort. When people can't find anything else to help them in a particular circumstance, is generally when they come to our office. Our office handles food stamps for this county. It handles cash assistance, medical assistance program, nursing home assistance, and to your last program, your last lead in the fuel assistance program, which happens to be booming right now because of the fuel price costs. We also offer counseling. We also can help you file a Social Security or disability claim. We can help you find training. We can help you find a job. We have various contractors that work with us and for us. And also, if you're want to file for child support or something along those lines, we can help you through the county domestic relations office to obtain child or spousal support against your ex-spouse if need be.
So, how big of an agency is it? I mean, how many people you have working there?
Right now, there's a staff of, I believe, 36, and one temporary and one person who's on leave. So, actually, right now, 37 is what our authorized staff is.
Okay. So, you're helping. I mean, in all the laundry list you give areas. Is there maybe a certain group of people that you're seeing more, like age-wise or socioeconomic-wise?
The stereotype of the welfare office or the relief office or mother's assistance, whatever you want to call it, is that people are coming there to get a cash assistance or money to live on. We do provide, I don't want to minimize that. But right now, that only accounts for 1.5% of the business, so to speak, that we do in Clarion County. I think the thing that would surprise most people is that we offer and cover 15% of the population of Clarion County coverage. There's 9 or 10 or maybe even 11 programs we have right now. And it by far accounts for the lion's share of the taxpayers' money that gets spent in this county is to provide this medical coverage. 15%, and I believe the county population is around 46,000, so we're talking a large number of people.
So you're basically a paid agency. You're working in the county.
Right.
So your funding is coming from our state tax dollars.
The funding for our programs come from state, county, federal.
So
it's just
a lot of different things.
It also depends on the type of program. there are type of medical assistance and cash programs that are completely funded by the state. There are some county programs of which we assist in that is completely funded by the county. There's federal taxes that the state of Pennsylvania chooses to use the food stamp program, which is not even a welfare program. It is run by the U.S. Department of Agriculture, but we happen to have it underneath our roof, and we fund that. Another little interesting, as long as we're throwing numbers around, the food stamp program accounts for about $250,000 worth of food stamps in this county every month. So it is something that I'm sure that the merchants are well aware of how much money's coming in.
Well, I mean, I'm not real familiar with how this is set up. Are people able just to come to you and apply for the assistance, or have they already done it through various other channels?
To give you an idea, is the easiest or the quickest or the most direct is we have what's called an intake department, and if you were wanting to see whether you qualify for any of these programs or even curious to see what programs we have, we would urge you to come in the morning. We opened up at 8 o'clock and start taking applications off. We would ask you your circumstances and see what you were eligible for. However, as I mentioned, the medical assistance program, you could be hurt or sick and put into a hospital, and the hospitals themselves and some of the care providers, even some of the doctors and clinics' offices, I wouldn't even doubt that your college clinic office has applications on file where they would fill them out, mail them to our office, and then we would contact you to come in. There are other programs like this for applying for Social Security disability that we get reports back from the Social Security office, and then you could come in and we could help you with that. So also if you were in a nursing home also takes, the nursing homes in the county take applications and mail them or fax them into us, and then we either come out to see you or in your behest.
So if someone wants to come out to your office, where are you located? What's the phone number?
We're located, well, they just changed it under 911, but it's what you would call Route 68 or 5th Avenue or 5th Street Extension. It's called, which is coming from here going out to the mall. We're located on the right going up the hill. Our hours are 8 to 5 every day, Monday through Friday, and the phone number is 226-1700. And any time that someone would tell you or someone else, what we don't like you to do is to have somebody else tell you. We are paid to tell you whether you're eligible or not, and we can tell you right up front, usually within the day, what programs you're eligible for, and if you are eligible, we can get you on track.
And you have, you since you do have that long list of programs, maybe you realize, oh, I was available. I mean, I can get some assistance through this.
Yeah.
Okay. I noticed you have with you, this just sparked something in my head, welfare reform after 2 years. What, how is it going for your office? I mean, what changes have you had to make with welfare reform? The most obvious changes are that about 4 years ago, Congress drew up the laws and changed this from an entitlement program to the cash assistance part of it to a work type. We're in the third year of the 5-year plan, and the way the program has changed is that in order to receive various types of cash assistance, you either have to be working 20 hours a week or physically unable to go to work, and that's the only way that you can qualify. If you were living in with your grandparents or something, there are some differences, but what has happened is that the welfare rolls in Clarion County over the last 3 years have been cut by almost 3/4. At one time, there were close to 2,000 people in Clarion County on 500. Wow. And that's in the last 3.5 years. Most of them have gotten employment or child support or another source of income to help them out. A lot of them will help through training programs. The county has put through some training programs and are now employed. Okay. We're out of time. Again, what's your phone number? 226-1750. Okay, the Clarion County Board of Assistance. Thank you for joining us. Thank you, Mark. We'll be back right after this talking about Special Olympic Hockey.
This portion of the programming was made possible through a grant by Hotel and Restaurant. Captain Loomis Hotel and Restaurant is located at 540 Main Street in Clarion and offers dining as well as a nightclub. The restaurant and nightclub are open 7 days a week for your convenience. Call Captain Loomis Hotel and Restaurant 26-8400. This portion of the programming was made possible through a grant by Clarion Office Equipment. Clarion Office Equipment is located on Greenville Avenue Extension in Clarion. They can handle all your office and computer needs. They are open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. You can call Clarion Office Equipment at 226-8753.
It's not just about making plans. It's about making it and taking an interest, not just earning it. At Edward Jones, it's about more than investing. It's about knowing you. Edward Jones, investing in you and your dreams.
In Clarion, phone 226-7896.
Feedback starts now. And I said, you know, it wasn't a better name for a movie to come out than me to write a book. It would be a great book to have. And to get her book, you can also find it online. And I have a feeling I'm going to be rather opinionated. People I know so. Let's ask them about scheduling. Why is it that students have such a problem here with?
Tune into Feedback with Mark Despotakis every Tuesday and Wednesday night beginning at 7 p.m.
I'm Mark Despotakis. As we said earlier today, we're talking about Special Olympics, Clarion County. And joining me is Cheryl Beats, the PR chairperson, and also two participants in Special Olympics with them a little later. But Cheryl, let's start with you. We've heard of Special Olympics, I'm sure everyone's heard of it, but maybe you give us more of a dictionary definition of what Special Olympics is.
It has been thought of as an organization, but through the years it's become more than that. It's a movement. It's a life-changing movement for the athletes that are involved and also for the people that volunteer and work with those athletes. Clarion County has a mission, and it's a mission to reach out to mentally challenged athletes. And the reason we keep saying athletes is that a sports organization that is there to give them year-round training in many Olympic-type sports. Pennsylvania Special Olympics offers 22 sports to the athletes across the state. Clarion County offers 9 of those sports, and we'd like to eventually offer 2 more this year.
Okay, so when we say this, is this like one specific day that you're going and doing?
This is a myth that we would like to dispel. Most people think of Special Olympics as a track and field event, and it's because it's probably the largest event that we have through the year. But Special Olympics is a year-round training program. Right now, as I speak, we offer basketball, we're offering bowling, we're offering swimming, we're offering equestrian,
really?
as
Wow.
well as track and field. Tuesday is basketball at Clarion Area High School. Wednesday we have bowling at Ragley's Bowl Arena, and we also offer swimming at the university pool. And then on Saturday we offer track and field at the university stadium. And when I say offer, is we do training. And our athletes to go and compete at that track and field that you thought of, they must train for at least 8 weeks.
Oh, and that's done through, I mean, you have a program set up for that.
And we have a program set up for that. Okay. All of coaches that come and work with our athletes are volunteers. They are certified. They give up maybe a Saturday, and they go and they're trained about mental retardation. They're trained about what is expected of them in a sport, and then they train for 10 hours with the athletes.
Wow. So, Clarion County is obviously, this is part of a larger franchise then.
We're part of Pennsylvania Special Olympics, and Pennsylvania Special Olympics is part of Special Olympics International. This was created by Shriver Kennedy. She created this in 1963. She started a summer camp because of her sister Rose. She believed that mentally challenged adults and children do much more. Although they may have troubles with building skills in the academic arena, they are capable of doing much more than I can even do as far as bowling and roller skating.
Okay. So how long has this been going on in Clarion County, and how long have you been involved?
Since the early 70s. I've been involved since I student taught in 1972, probably on a smaller scale. When I really got involved was probably about a little over 10 years ago, probably 12 years ago. I got involved and became a part of our management team. And I started helping with volunteers, and then I moved on to PR chairperson. Because of my exterior, I prefer to stay behind the camera and not in front of the camera. And so I got involved in that manner, not knowing that it would bring me in front of the camera. And then I got very, very involved personally with the athletes, such as Mary and Cody, because they're known as global messengers. And what global messengers is, they go out and speak to the public, and they're to recruit athletes as well as volunteers. And they tell about our program much better than I can even tell about our program, because they show what Special Olympics is done. And I'm hoping by me being here today and bringing them with me that you'll invite them back to speak to the public.
Well, what is maybe some thoughts now from them about what Special Olympics has done?
How many sports do you participate in? Did you tell them?
9. And that's all that count 9, so you all.
And Cody participates in approximately 6 because he has Down syndrome. There's some things that you really have to be careful because of his spine. But Mary, what have you enjoyed about Special Olympics? What do you enjoy doing?
Speaking to other people.
She loves going out and speaking because she's met so many different people. She's gotten to go to many different communities. She's met people. She spoke at Somerset, the skiing event, and she spoke to all of the sponsors. And sometimes it's amazing what our athletes do. They say it better than we can. She also did something, was it 2 years ago or 3 years ago, exciting? What happened to you? You became...
I went Harrisburg in 97.
And what did you receive in Harrisburg?
The award.
She was presented with Global Messenger of the Year.
Wow.
So
that's wonderful.
And Cody came on board like 2 years later, and they go out and they speak as a team. Probably Mary's my serious side of the team, and she's more my comic side of the team. So they really work together well. And that's what Special Olympics is all about, is teamwork.
Right.
It's just like any other athletic competition.
Sure. We're running out of time here, but 2 quick things for your 70 volunteers, I presume.
Yes, that's why I'm here. We're in dire need of volunteers. We need volunteers that are willing to work for day events, like the track and field event that is April 7th, or the other coaching events. And they can call me home. I have an answering machine, and that's 764-3894, and I'm sure you'll probably put that up for them.
Right, I think they're putting it up right now.
And we need people that will be interested in becoming a part of the management team. On our management team that we call the 3 Musketeers. It's our events coordinator, our training coordinator. One's ahead of training, the other's ahead of competition, and volunteers. And we're going to lose them. One is going to graduate school.
You know what? We're out of time. That's wonderful. You know, I salute all the work that you guys do. And Mary and Cody, thank you for joining us. Best of luck to you guys in the future. Thanks for joining us. We'll be back right after this.
Of the programming was made possible by Curly Tires. Curly Tires is located on Greenville Avenue Extension in Clarion. They offer a wide variety of tires to meet your car or truck needs. Curly Tire is open Monday through Saturday. Call 2267. That's Curly Tire. Phone 226-6657.
This portion of the programming was made possible through a grant. One's restaurant is located near Interstate 80 and Route 68. The restaurant is open daily 6:30 a.m. to 2 p.m. and from 4 to 10 p.m. Call 226-8850.
This portion of the programming was made possible through a grant by the Pizza Pub. The Pizza Pub is located at 1306 East Main Street in Clarion and offers radio dispatch delivery. Call 226-8721. The Pizza Pub is open 7 days a week for your convenience. Phone them at 226-8721. When other stations are showing their boring programming, only one station is bringing news coverage closer to home.
Now a story you'll hear first on 5.
Every Tuesday and Wednesday night at 8 p.m., join the area's news leader, TV5 News. Regional, state, and national news. Plus, with our newspaper exchange partner, the Clarion News, teaming up to bring news coverage closer to home every Tuesday and Wednesday night at 8 p.m.
Once again, thanks to Larry Clinton from the Clarion County Board of Assistants and Charlie from Special into the Clarion County. Join me tomorrow morning over at 91.7 WCC at 6 a.m. We're talking tax season is upon us. We're talking with some of H&R Block, and then join us tomorrow night for the special retelecast of when we had H&R Block on here on Back. Thanks for joining us. See ya. Have a good week.